In other news, two veteran media workers have taken issue with the Minister of National Security for suggesting that the media give too much airplay to criminals. More in this report from DBS's Pete Ninfal.
With 14 homicides so far for the year, there's been no shortage of crime stories to report. But the National Security Minister has said that the media must be responsible in their reporting.
I think the media have to be responsible because the media is giving too much play to the criminals. Just the same way, you remember last year what happened? When in a very irresponsible way, the media had this person, and you heard what he was saying on the media. He had more guns than the police, they will do this. And what happened? What happened afterwards?
What happened afterwards is that the same man who was shown on national television boasting about his firepower was linked to the shooting death in February last year of Police Corporal Vincent Peters and the wounding of his partner as they escorted a cash deposit for a private business concern. The former president of the St. Lucia Media Workers Association says he finds the minister's statement surprising at a time when the quest is on for a national healing, and he feels Mr. Mayor should stop making sweeping statements concerning the media.
My advice really would be to the minister that, hey, stay in your corner, because the media is in its corner and is doing what it is supposed to do. And I would dare the minister to produce any evidence about the media particularly going after criminals and giving them the types of voice, or at least doing the things that he says that the media is doing. Generally, I do believe that most times the media does a good job of reporting on crime and the situation as it relates to St. Lucia particularly.
Mr. George admitted that the media falls short sometimes, as do others as well, including politicians. Another veteran journalist believes that when crime is committed, it must be reported. Otherwise, people will not be aware of what's happening around them.
Don't forget that with the best will in the world, Christian Democrats supported Hitler, and Hitler had called on the people not to report what his police were doing because he said it was not in the best interest of Germany. The world paid the price. We must continue to give full publicity to criminals, but give them the publicity that they deserve, bad publicity.
Mr. Dabrio says instead of the Minister of National Security getting the police to do their job, he's criticizing the media for what Mr. Dabrio describes as a perfect job. He says he is fully supportive of the police crackdown on crime, but says the lawmen must act within the law. For the DBS News World, Pete Ninfal reporting.
And newspaper publisher and talk show host Rick Wayne has also been weighing on media coverage of violent crime and the suggestion that too much play is being given to criminals. Mr. Wayne, speaking from Florida via telephone, cautioned against the use of the term criminal in describing members of the public who have not been convicted of a crime.
But the media must be wary of, aiding and abetting criminal behavior by affording criminal inciters a platform to spread dangerous rumor, especially when stories have not been confirmed by thorough investigation on the part of reporters. Then there's also the matter of equal time for the police. I have a tendency that if I'm going to air, it wasn't always the case with me as a journalist, but I have long decided in the circumstances that if I'm going to air, I'll err on the side of the police. We can always check the police story later.
However, Mr. Wayne says it is dangerous to give known criminals a platform where they can seek to impress young impressionable individuals and their friends.